production of honey, bee wax, and other bee product as well as for pollination of the crop. And in a honey hive, we can see three type of castes. That is one queen, only single queen is there in a hive, and thousands of workers are there in a hive, and hundreds of drones are there in a hive. And these drones are male. These are solely useful for mating purpose, while queen uh, enhance the colony population and all other duties such as cleaning, foraging, all other duties are done by female worker bees. So the worker bee perform most of the colony activities, especially foraging for nectar and pollen. So we can divide forager bees into two types, that is scout bee and recruit bees. Amit sir, people are unable to see this screen. So forager bees are of two types, scout bees and recruiter bees. The scout bees search the food for the first time and they come back to the hive and they give information of food source to the recruiter bee. Upon receiving the information, this recruiter bees goes to the forage for collection of pollen and nectar. So let's see my main topic, that is bee communication by dance language. So honeybee uses dance language to communicate with each other and to guide follower worker bees. And this dance language is interpreted by Karl von Frisch, a professor of zoology, University of Munich, Germany. For interpretation of this dance, he was awarded with the Nobel Prize in 1973. So the bee does three main type of dances, that is round dance, wagtail dance, and another one is the sickle dance or crescent shaped dance. Let's see about round dance. So when food source is located very close to the hive. Hello, Amit sir. So round dance, when a food source is located very close to the hive, that is less than 50 meters, then bee performs a round dance. So the bee which is performing round dance, they make running around a narrow circle, then suddenly reverse their direction to their original position. And this bee may repeat the dance several times at the same location, or they move to the another location in the same frame to repeat the dance. After completion of the dance, the scout bees gives food to the recruiter bees and gives information to the recruiter bees about the food source. But in case of round dance, we can see or that bee can understand only distance, but there is no direction. So wag-tailed hens, next slide please. So round dance, please keep here. Round dance, when a food source is located very close to the beehive, that is less than 50 meter away from the beehive, then this bee perform a round dance. How they perform round dance? The forager bees, it come back to the hive and on the surface of the frame run around in a narrow circle, and then suddenly it changes direction to its original position. See in that slide, she may repeat the dance several times at the same location or move to the another location on the frame and there it repeat again the dance. So after completion of this dance, she distribute the food and give the information about the distance of the food so that the follower bees can move to the source and they can collect the forage. So in round dance, the bee can know only distance, but there is no direction. Please next slide. Next slide, please. See in this image clearly. At top that forager bee is there now. That is the scout bee. It is going to the bee forage, that is around less than 50-meter distance. After collecting food, this scout bee returning to the hive. In the hive, on the surface of the frame, it's making round dance. So this round dance give the information that is food sources very nearer, that is less than 50 meter. Next slide, please. See here a top follower bees. These are the bees. They received information from the scout bees and they are going to the bee forage. That is very nearer, that is around 50 meters. They again collect forage and move back to the hive and they collect and they place their collected nectar and pollen in the frames. Next slide, please. Waggle dance. When food source is located distantly to the beehive, that is away from the 50 meters, then this forager bees perform a wagtail dance. The bee that perform a wagtail dance, see in the image, it run straight ahead for a short distance and return to its original position by making a semicircle. Again, it run through the straight line and make another semicircle in the opposite direction and complete a full figure of 8 circuit. While running in the straight line, this forager bees vibrate its abdomen as well as tail. That's why the name wagtail dance. By means of wagtail dance, the follower bee can come to know distance as well as direction. I am going to interpret how this distance and direction will known to the follower bees. We will see in the coming slide. Please next slide. See in this wagtail dance, this forager bees or scout bee is going to the bee forage, that is actually away from 50 meters and coming back to the hive, and on the surface of the frame it's making wagtail dance. Next slide, please. So after receiving information, these follower bees are going to the bee forage that is actually greater than 50 meters away, and they collect forage and move back to the hive and place the collected pollen and nectar into the cells of the frames. Next slide, please. I already told you that in case of wagtail dance, the bee can come to know the distance as well as direction. See the interpretation of the distance. In this dance, the distance of food source is indicated by number of waggle in the straight line. See the first straight line. When there is less number of waggles are there, then it's indicate the food is nearer. Nearer mean it's actually away from 50 meter. It's maybe 60 meter or 70 or 80 meter. But see the next red line. When there is number of wags, When there are more number of waggles are there, that indicate food is somewhat away from the beehive. It may be 150 meter, 200 meter, 300 meter, like that. So as well as the circuit per second also indicate the distance. If bees are making so many small circuit in short period of time, that indicate food is very nearer. Nearer mean it is away from 50 meter, it's maybe around 60, 70, 80. If less number of circuits for seconds are making mean the food is somewhat away. It may be 120 meter or 130 meter, like that. Next slide, please. So this is all about distance. We will see the interpretation of direction. In the wagtail dance, the angle of waggle run indicate the direction of the food. That is, the angle between the vertical line and waggle run is equal to the angle between the sun and food source. See in this image, at the bottom 4 images are there now. If the food source were located in the same direction of the sun, then the forager will sit at bottom of the frame and move in the top side direction. Conversely, when food source is away from the sun, then the bee will sit at top of the frame and moves downward, so that the follower bees come to know the food is located in the direction away from the sun. Like that, if the food source was 60 degrees to the left of the sun, then the waggle run would be 60 degrees to the left of the vertical. Like that, direction also indicated by a wagtail dance. Next dance is the sickle dance or crescent shaped dance. This is the intermediate dance between round and wagtail dance. Here performance will indicate the distance, that is moderate distance, 50 to 150 meter away from the hive. So like that, round dance, sickle dance, and wagtail dance they make to give the information about food source. So along with the dance communication, honeybees also communicate through chemical communication by releasing pheromones, tactile communication by antennal contact, sound or vibrational communication by buzzing and piping signals, olfactory communication by smell detection through antenna, optical or visual communication by body movements. So next slide, please. So this is a sickle type of dance. Next slide, please. We already discussed. So along with this dance communication, chemical communication, tactile communication, sound communication, olfactory communication, and optical communication also there. Next slide, please. Thank you.